Greetings, lovers of mysticism and the unknown. Welcome to the Incredible Stories channel. We are explorers of the unexplainable and unbelievable. Today, I will tell you an interesting story. Brew up some goodies and enjoy. The strange event that happened late on the night of May 6 in the sky over Kiev has excited millions of people around the world. Of course, it would have attracted much attention at other times as well. But now we are at war. Air raid sirens are often sounded over Ukrainian cities. Missiles and anti-missiles explode. And here was such a flash, and clearly not high above the ground, that the people of Kiev have hardly ever seen. Sirens sounded over the city. But as the Ukrainian military admitted, no shelling of Kiev happened at that time, and their air defense was not working. Naturally, there was a version of a meteor or meteorite falling, but meteors usually burn up in the upper layers of the atmosphere, which is clearly visible during meteor showers. A long plume always follows meteors. But the Kiev object exploded low above the ground, so it was a meteorite. But then where is its plume? And why was the flash from its explosion so bright, as if the meteorite was very large? And finally, where was its debris? However, it was reported this morning that some of the debris was already for sale. My God, how many crooks and idiots there are in the world. This is what a similar event looked like in 2013 during the fall of the famous Chelyabinsk meteorite. The meteorite hypothesis had to be immediately discarded. There was a hope that the wreckage of American satellite RESSI has fallen on Kiev. But alas, the inclination of the orbit of satellite RESSI is 38 degrees. That is over Ukraine and moreover over its capital. Latitude of Kiev is 50 degrees. It has never flown. And on the morning of the 7th of May, the information came from NASA that at the moment of flare over Kiev, the satellite was still in the orbit. The scientists got obviously confused, and as usual in such extreme cases when the alien smell distinctly, cowardly dissolved in the informational space. But it was not all that bad. To my astonishment, even our highly intellectual propagandists did not become very foolish. In fact, nobody has an explanation to this phenomenon. And on one of TV programs, the honored retired Colonel General suddenly declared that all this is very serious, but we shall learn the truth about what really happened above Kiev for a very long time. And none of the TV chatterboxes dared to smirk this time. So what fell from the sky? We had to come up with the version that Kiev was hit by the Russian rocket Dagger. And what top secret object was this very expensive and single rocket supposed to hit? No less incredible is the version about some interference of God's forces, which did not like the actions of the Kiev regime and the actual forcible seizure of the Kiev Pekarsk Lavra. I have not met other versions yet, so I will try to estimate this extraordinary event from a neutral position. In some videos of my channel, I have already told a lot about globular plasmoids, which often fly in the sky of the Earth. In particular, these are the 5 bright dots that Russian cosmonaut Ivan Wagner photographed from the ISS in August 2020. The lights were flying rapidly over Antarctica. Wagner posted the video footage online, arousing the curiosity of tens of thousands of people, and then sent materials about it to NASA, Roscosmos, the Central Research Institute for Space Studies of the Russian Academy of Sciences. The answer was that it was scratches on the glass or Elon Musk's satellites. Alas, the scientific mountain gave birth to another mouse. It is important that these lights were not moving chaotically, but in a certain order, familiar to me as a researcher of alien civilizations. It is in this order of the formula 5 to 3 plus 2. Globular UFOs often fly in the sky of the Earth. For example, 5 stars were also photographed in 2010 over the Vatican, where Pope Francis declared that he believes in aliens and is ready to accept them into the bosom of the Catholic Church. These 5 stars in the 3 plus 2 formula in the Earth's sky did not appear today, but hundreds or even thousands of years ago. The symbols of the 5 stars are in many of Nicholas Rorich's paintings, and sometimes a 6th star is added to them. As it became clear later, this is our sun. The same fact is emphasized in the painting by Sviatoslav Rorich, where he presented the image of a colleague of my stones. The famous Rorich stone, Enki and Ei Rorich called it Messenger of Distant Worlds, Gift of Orion, in the form of a bird. To the left of the bird you can see 3 balls, arranged in the pattern of the three stars of Orion's belt, with only two. I'm sure these are the symbols of the two inhabited stars Alnitak and Alnilam, connected to its head. The symbols of the other two stars are to the right. The symbol of 5 to 3 plus 2 stars is present on many ancient artifacts, particularly the sacred stone of destiny, which symbolizes England's power over Scotland. Similar 5 luminous orbs in space, arranged according to the same galactic Commonwealth pattern, was published by perhaps the most daring American astronaut, Gordon Cooper. What do you say, skeptics? Although what can you expect from them? After all, they couldn't even make out the 20-kilometer figure of a running man inside the Daedalus lunar crater. Maybe they will rub their eyes now, stop smoking pot, and try again. But enough fantastic optimism. Let's return to the subject of the video. Similar structures of 5 or 6 star symbols, photos of which I cited, are numerous on the 246 wreckage of an alien asteroid probe found in the near Moscow region. Often they are located next to a human figure. I remind you that aliens were our stellar ancestors. We even have the same hearts. For example, the question arises, is there a connection between plasma globular UFOs and the notorious flying saucers? There is a unique photo in my feed that was taken in 1989 by U.S. Navy officer Graham Batchenstella. He later made a statement that stirred the whole world. Flying saucers actually exist and visit our planet. In support of his words, he presented a picture of a UFO where you can clearly see the alien ship. Thus, we received strong evidence of the fact that the photo of the American military man is not a fake, but a real photo of an alien spacecraft. Photographs of similar 3 glowing orbs have been seen over Earth more than once. This is a very important discovery. Until now, it was unclear what the glowing orbs in the sky were, which are also commonly referred to as UFOs. Now it is clear that they are released by quite tangible alien ships. I think that the glowing orbs are plasma drones. They can transform, shrink, and increase in size. I think that the source material for these luminous objects was precisely luminous plasma balls, which are released as if rockets from the board of alien ships. So what happened over Kiev? In my opinion, near the city occurred the fall of a similar glowing plasma UFO, which sometimes release from their boards quite material flying saucers. Therefore, in this case, there was no plume, and on the other hand, there are no debris of this alleged meteorite, unlike the already mentioned above Chelyabinsk meteorite. There is another, no less important question. Why did this globular UFO fall, still over the Ukrainian capital Kiev, and on the eve of the counter-offensive, when NATO Secretary General Stoltenberg in the same Kiev was urging Zelensky to immediately launch a counter-offensive? Random coincidence or some kind of warning? If you want, you can believe that God did it. Well, I believe that this sign from heaven was sent by aliens who have been supporting peace on Earth since ancient times, and moreover, consider our planet at all stages of its life as their project. I think the moment has come when their direct intervention in the events that threaten the world with World War II will be required. It seems that this is what we were warned about by the aliens, who 2 years ago placed a beautiful relief picture, virtual of course, on board the ISS. In the center of it is a ring of some kind, from which balloons depart in different directions. On the left are 3 balls, the symbol of Orion's belt, and on the right, 2 balls each, symbols of 2 more stars belonging to the Galactic Commonwealth. But what does the ring have to do with it? It has to do with the fact that this is how plasma globular UFOs sometimes fly in the sky above the Earth. The pictures show that this UFO ring of 5 stars is accompanied by 2 more luminous UFOs. Perhaps they play the role of escort fighters. Judging by the numerous facts from different centuries about UFO battles, such precaution is not at all superfluous. I remind you that in 1957, at the beginning of the cosmic era, the great Russian space scientist and writer Ivan Efremov, in his novel The Andromeda Nebula, described a union of friendly galactic worlds and called it the Great Ring. I think that's exactly what the ring on the ISS body symbolizes. So 2 years ago, we Earthlings were already receiving warnings from aliens about the coming big war. Now, on the eve of the Ukrainian counteroffensive, it is almost impossible to stop it all. The leaders of the countries are busy with other pressing problems, and scientists without a signal from above will never dare to take up such a dangerous topic for their personal careers. But PNTGON, which is not directly involved in the war, clearly took seriously the appearance of a globular plasma UFO over Kiev. Something similar, judging by some facts, they did during the tank battle near Prokhorovka, when a UFO destroyed a column of German Tigers. Legend? Maybe, but a very beautiful one. And what do you say about the real fact when in September 2016, at Cape Canaveral Cosmodrome, a globular UFO? A video of the same globular UFO was shown on TV yesterday. The Americans declassified it, defiantly destroyed a Falcon 9 spacecraft carrying an Israeli military satellite worth 200 million euros on board. The other day, U.S. military MQ-9 Reaper drones detected the appearance of unidentified flying objects in the sky twice, in the Middle East and in South Asia. This was announced by Sean Kirkpatrick, director of the U.S. Defense Department's Office of Anomaly Research, at a hearing before the Senate Armed Services Committee. So this is further evidence of the fact that not only ufologists, but also the military and even the U.S. Congress are seriously interested in UFOs. Can you imagine such hearings a few years ago? It seems that we really live in a unique historical time. The history of our planet is being written before our eyes. The main thing for all of us is not to miss our future. What did you think of it? Write in the comments. Be sure to get likes, subscribe to our channel, and check out other amazing stories.